What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your review for Love and Hip Hop Miami season 3 episode 8. So Amara's the next day. She's talking to her mom. Her mom is out there, taking care of the garden. Amara's like, "You don't have to do that, Mom. We got people. We pay people to do that now." Her mama was like, "But I like it. If you like it, I love it." Okay. Now Amara went on to let her mom know. They talked about the show and how proud she was, and that she did it without, she proved herself she could do something without management. She could do it herself, and it was great. Then she went on to let her mom know that, Daddy-O was there. Now, Mama knew Daddy-O was there because, remember, Amara gave Daddy-O the shout out from the stage. But she went on to explain that she met with him afterwards, and some things that came up that they did not show us. Like, he asked her for money. Said that he's got this medical situation with the cancer. He doesn't have the money. And, Amara's thing was, look, that's my father. I would be a real butthole if I can go out here and spend $5,000 on a Gucci bag, but I can't hook my dad up. And her mother, of course, was like, hell no. Your daddy won't. He wasn't there for you. I was struggling. I was there with you in the trenches. I was with you shooting ball in the gym. He don't get no shine off of what I created. He only around now because you are Amara La Negra. He didn't have nothing to do with you. So, of course, now Amara starts talking about, well, he had immigration issues, and he had this, and he had that. And you know what? At the end of the day, he's my father, and I want to do this for him, and it is what it is. Mama was like, immigration problems? What him not having papers have to do with calling you? He didn't even call you. She said he was over in Puerto Rico living a good life. Now I'm confused. Okay? Because if he had immigration issues in Miami, wouldn't he have them same immigration issues in Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico's not another country. It's still the United States. So now I'm confused. But Mama made a valid point to say, hey, even if he couldn't be here for you physically, he could have still been a part of your life, calling you or whatever. Mama wasn't trying to hear it. Amara is like, but Ma, look, this is what I'm going to do. It's my money. She was like, I ain't going to take care of him, like, keep him the way I keep. What she should have said was keep him the way I keep you. But she didn't go that far. But she was like, but I don't see the problem with me helping him with his medication and stuff like that. Like, he has cancer. And I feel like at the end of the day, he dying. And if he's using her, then it is what it is. But let her find that out on her own. She's grown. It's her money. Mama, I know you mad. I know he probably did you wrong. But that's your story. That ain't hers. And if she's ready to forgive this man and want him to be a part of her life, that's between the two of them. That really ain't your place. But whatever. Poor Amara. She got so many people manipulating her and pulling at her. She just needs to go disappear for a month and just see what happens. Anyway, now we have what's his name? Well, I can't remember this boy's name. Briscoe. I knew it was a B. Briscoe's out with his family, and basically they're having a family day, and he's letting, wifey, the ex-girlfriend know, look, I want that old thing back. I told you that's what I wanted. I'm really ready to make it serious and settle down. And he's talking about how he's worried about Trick because Trick was self-medicating when he got arrested. And he said, look, I know all about that. When I was in jail, I was self-medicating. When I got to jail, I had to detox. He was like, man, that's the most crime I ever did. Oh, that detox is a bitch. Especially depending on what you self-medicating on, honey. So, but that's what that was, basically. He said he gonna hook up with Trick. And so, and talk to him about what happened. So then we have Sukihana, the twerk for Jesus girl. What her name? Anyway, the twerk for Jesus girl. They meet Saucy Santana down at the studio. He's saying, look, he ready to drop some new music. He about to drop a mixtape. But your manager, a.k.a. Tip Drill, she can't come. Because Tip Drill went on the internet and told everybody, when I got shot, I say it was an LGBTQIA situation. And she went on to the social media and said, no, it wasn't. He was down at the club showing his ass, literally and figuratively. And he offended some people and he was disrespectful. And no, I'm not saying it was right that he got shot, but we're not going to turn this into a hate crime. You got shot because you were out of pocket and being disrespectful, not because of nothing else. And he felt some kind of way about it. He felt like it was disrespectful. So he told Sukihana, look, you can come. But I don't know about your management. But then he, he said, no, you know what? She can come. And I knew then he had something up his sleeve because he was like, yeah, she can come. I said, yeah, Tip, you might want to stay away, bro. You might want to stay away. So then they done trick Daddy, trick Daddy to go and exercise. It's Trina, it's Joy, and then it's Trick Daddy. They took him to some old exercise class. And what's funny is they get him in there. Trick didn't know what he was showing up for and all of that. And halfway through, they gonna say, Trick, why you got on them jeans? Why you ain't come dressed for the exercise class? Cause he didn't know he was going? Cause y'all tricked him? Y'all know Trick wear jeans and damn boots. What the hell? So then Trick was like, you know what, it's funny how all of a sudden everybody give a damn about me and my health. Well, nobody worried about me and my health before I got arrested. Now everybody worried about it. But Trick, they love you. It is what it is. I know you an ornery ass old man, but just accept it. And he really is trying to get that old thing back with Joy. And Joy, you really do care about him. I'm not saying you care about him enough to want to get back with him, but you care about that boo. Alright, Amara and Briscoe. Let me tell you something. MJ. I told y'all I didn't like him and I didn't trust him. And this scene summed it all up for me. He takes her to the pet store and says, look, I know you're not ready for a baby, but we're having a puppy. And Amara is like, yeah, no. She said, a puppy, a baby, same responsibility. I still got to worry about it. Eating, drinking, shitting, laying. Like, I still have to health, all of that. I don't want the responsibility of another thing. And he's like, no, come on, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's 3 of us in that house. Oh, so now you're speaking for the mama too. Now you're going to make everybody responsible for this puppy that don't nobody want but you. And he really, Amar gave in, but she kept telling him no. And it was like he wasn't respecting her feelings on it. He wasn't respecting how she felt about it. And it was like, nah, you don't really mean no. Your no is really a yes. And I'm just going to convince you. And of course, it's a puppy. It's a baby. What was it? A baby Yorkie, a puppy. And of course, the minute she picked him up, she fell in love. It's a puppy. We fall in love with puppies. But he had already bought the damn thing and paid for it. With what money? We don't know. Another conversation for another day. But I was like, that is so disrespectful because she was clear that she didn't want the damn dog. And he just insisted. Then, once he pushed the dog on her, then he went in to see what happened was she was supposed to fall in love with the dog and wasn't supposed to give him no pushback, right? She was supposed to be so happy at having a puppy that then he was going to come in for the kill. It didn't quite go that way, but he still shot his shot, told her he wanted to be her manager. And again, Amar's face said it all. She has no interest in that man being her manager. The problem is she doesn't know how to tell him no and mean it. Because if she knew how to tell him no and mean it, they wouldn't still be standing in that damn pet store because they'd have left that puppy where they found it and they'd be on their way to dinner. But she said, I don't want to mix business with pleasure. I want to keep you as my boyfriend. She said this in her confessional, not to him. What she said to him was, let me think about it. But her face said it all. Because she was like, well, where's this coming from? And he was like, cuz I want to see you win. And I want to see you come on top. And No, I told y'all from the beginning, that's what he been trying to do. That's why he pushed Jillian out. Now, Jillian made it easy for him. But if Jillian had been the perfect manager, he would have found a way to get Jillian out. Because that's what he been trying. This is what he wanted. This is the angle he was coming from the whole time. Now I'm going to fast forward to the end for a minute. At the end of the episode, we see Prima Donna meeting up with an old friend of hers from around the way. They meet up over by their old stomping ground. Girl, it's good to see you. Oh, remember when we used to do this and we used to run the streets, blah, 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 blah. Girl, guess what? I done met up. Guess who my new little friend is? Marla Negra. She dating your old boo, MJ. And she was like, MJ. Come to find out, MJ used to date old girl. He was trying to be the next best Gucci man shit, I don't know. And he done used this woman up, took money from her to travel, to be in the studio, do all this stuff. And of course, fast forward to where we are today. He ain't nobody's superstar, rap star, nothing. And she said when the money ran out, and I needed him to work, and I needed him to do something for me, then it was, nah, I can't do it. Deuces, I'm out. So she was like, you might want to tell your girl, Amara, she need to watch her back. She need to watch out for him because if he's still the same dude that I was dealing with, he going to use her up and spit her out. And I hate to see that happen to her. So, of course, Prima Donna's sitting there like, Oh, damn. So anyway, I just fast forwarded a little bit because I'm not stretching that out. So then we have Tip Drill and the ladies, the BAPS ladies, are trying to audition a tour manager. A tour manager. They still going on the BAPS tour, honey. And so they're auditioning. And of course, they had a couple of people come through there. They had this one lady. She was wearing tap shoes. Who shows up to a job interview about being a tour manager in tap shoes? And then they had a nerve to ask her to tap dance. And that fool did it. They had another guy come through who I actually thought he was a pretty good candidate. He sounded like he knew what he was doing. He said he had toured with Chris Brown and some other people. He told him what he would do. The problem is Sukihana wanted to slap him up, smack him up, flip it, rub it down. And she was about to rape the boy right there in the damn club. So, you know, Hood Brat was like, next, because we not mixing business with pleasure and we not doing it. And Hood Brat's thing was, I feel like, you know, these are my girls and all, but I feel like they're not really taking this seriously. Like, for me, this is do or die. For me, this is serious. And I don't feel like they're taking it as serious as I need them to take it. Because I can't fail. The third option was some white guy who came in there like he was about, I don't know what he thought he was doing. He clearly was acting and overacting and whatever. Well, anyway. So they end up walking away pretty much with nothing. But, you know, Tip was like, I ain't worried about it. This was just our first chance, our first shot. We're going to end up, we're going to get somebody. We know too many people. We have too many connections in the industry for us to end up with nothing. Okay. So now we're down at Saucy Santana's mixtape party. And then, you know, it is what it is. You know, all the usual suspects are there. He performs one of his songs. We get a little clip of that. We see Amara at the bar talking to Prima Donna, and Amara's basically telling Prima Donna what she said in her confessional, like, I don't want to mix business with pleasure. Like, I love MJ, but it's gotten to the point now where we don't have any boyfriend girlfriend time. Everything is always business. You know, I just want to go out on a date with my boyfriend. I don't want it to always be business. And I feel like he's suffocating me. And so, you know, this is before Prima Donna got the 411 from her girlfriend, but she was like, yeah, girl, you know, you gotta let him know, you know, you gotta keep it separate, because, you know, that could be a problem if you overlap it. And I was like, that's right, you might want to let her know. Now, Trina's old assistant, aka the line cook down to the Sundays, he meets up with the BAPS girls at the party, and he lets the BAPS girls know, look, I worked with Trina for many years. I want to be your tour manager. Give me a shot. I know what I'm doing. I have experience. Y'all know me. I know you. And they were like, but aren't you the cook down to the Sundays? He said, look, that is a job. That is not my career. I've been trying to get in where I fit in ever since. He didn't get into the fact that him and Trina fell out. He just said, you know, when I left Trina, but right now that's just a job. That's not my career. That's not what I'm trying to do. So they seemed like they wasn't paying him no attention, but I think they gonna end up hiring him. So, you know. Now, here comes Tip Drill coming to go get in the spot. And that petty ass Saucy Santana done put a big ass sign on the front of the club talking about no trespassing with a picture of her face. So the bouncer was like, is that you? Tip gonna say, that's my sister. Let me get in here. He said, ma'am, I can't. That looks just like you. So she calls for Sukihana. Suki is like, what's going on? She see the sign. Tip is like, you knew this? Like, you let me come down here to get embarrassed? And she was like, I didn't know. He told me that you could come to the party as long as you were going to apologize. And Tip told her she would apologize, even though she didn't feel like she did anything wrong. But she said, for the purposes of everybody getting along, I'll apologize. So they won't let her in the club. So then Saucy was like, Suki was like, you said that she could come. You know, I told her to come down here. Now you won't let her in. And he was like, she needs to apologize. She was like, she was going to apologize, but she got to get in for her to apologize. He was like, tell her she can apologize on social media. Now, y'all know, I'm a firm believer, and you apologize to me the same way you disrespected me. So if he felt like she disrespected him on social media, I can understand him asking for the apology on social media. However, he ain't say that. He waited till she got down there because he wanted to embarrass her. He ain't say none of that to Suki. So then He told Sookie she can't come in my party. It is what it is. She disrespected me. She made me look crazy out here in these streets. So it is what it is. Let her stay out there. So his whole purpose was to embarrass her. And Sookie was like, well, you know, that's my man, 50 grand. That's my boy. She my manager, but that's my friend. So it is, you know, it is what it is. So she ended up leaving. Tip was like, it is, Tip don't be tripping over no shit like that. So Tip ended up leaving. And it was what it was, honey. It was what it was. It was a mess, though. It was a mess. It was all about embarrassing Tip. But anyway, y'all, that was pretty much the episode. Like I said, the last part was the part I already told y'all about. Prima Donna go back to her old stomping ground. Blah, 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 blah. Oh no, there was one last part where Trick met up with the guys. It wasn't that deep. They just wanted to talk to him about their arrest and try to talk to him about, the self-medicating or whatever. But again, Trick done told y'all he not talking about the case. He was like, I done been arrested. I've been arrested a lot. It is what it is, and I ain't talking about it. And that's pretty much, but it was good to see my boy Chaotic and all that. Now, Chaotic, you the last one that need to be talking about somebody getting arrested, because you was the one that was on the high-speed chase last season, okay? I still don't know how you beat that case, but you did, and you here, and we happy. But I'm just saying. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.